If we're stopped, I'll just wait for 10 a.m. to see if there's any manipulation. I'm gonna take 4 off here. If we rip up to that 5-minute high probability inversion here, I go to break even. Because we could reject there. And then for these ones, I'll do right around the 930 gap. Honestly, I gotta remember, I didn't even look if NASDAQ got that close above. Yeah, it did. I want to see us push away from this. So, first target EQ of the range. Second, 930 fair value gap. Terminus up here. And then at that point, if we do get up here, I'll probably just like push it upwards and trail the stop and see if we want to pump. SMT with ES. I want to see that get invalidated, of course. Came down to a discount. Again, if we do get stopped, I just wait to see if there's another clean long setup, and that would be my morning. Here's 10 a.m. open. Back to the 4-hour chart. Obviously, point-wise, the stop was a bit wider, so I went in with micros. Want to see us blast through this structure, midnight gap, in this inversion, get above that. Still respecting this midnight gap. Flat on this 4-hour candle. The aggressive trail right now for my stop would be to this low, and ideally that doesn't get purged. I'm fine with this risk if it's just going to blast through that and come stop me out. But I would just want to allow for that if it wants to purge that once more. And then if we were to reclaim this again, get back above this general structure, then I would trail to the swing low after that. And as I'm going to take off this SMT real quick because it's in the way. I'm still obviously aware of that, but it's pretty messy here. Did micros get this here? This high? Now, so you've equal highs left right here. Now, if we get above this structure, then I would trail to this low if it doesn't get purged. Check on ES. ES looks like shit. I'm gonna trail to 39.75 now, to that low. I want to see a spool up there. As I mentioned, we're just short of this 5-minute inversion. I'm watching obviously micros, but minis as well, as because sometimes we have that, you know, point differential, but we didn't purge that yet. I shouldn't say purge, but deliver to. If we go there, I'll go break even. You have midnight gap, order block, and I want to see us stay away from this range. What I wouldn't want to see happen is us flip this BISI now. So I'm going to trail to the bottom of this OB right there. And there's that 5-minute inversion. So virtually risk-free now. So we didn't get that retracement to that prominent swing low. But now since we, as I said, pushed above, you have the inversion, midnight gap, order block. I'm fine with this trail right here. Because again, we are pretty aggressive to the downside at open. And now we're above 4-hour opening price. What's this 4-hour? Into this order block. And this rejection is what I was afraid of. So this is why I'm being tight with the risk here. Didn't even want to push to EQ with a range. If we get back below the entirety of the structure, I think we'll bleed down to Asia low. And that would be super weak to me. Needs to push here now or it's going to hit our stop. This whole area should be balanced. If A, it's going to push up and or it's not going to be time distortion. Reclaim this SIBI. Reclaim the midnight gap. We'll probably just bleed lower now, but still, can we get below all of this? I say all this, there's a lot of overlapping fair value gaps there, so. Random rejection right there. And that's why those inefficiencies are important, just to obviously be aware of, but you have to be objective. Like when price starts to push in your favor, okay, we could reject here. If you're playing against, I know the higher time frame trend's been bullish, but if you're playing against this aggressive open to the downside, you know, you have to be honest and look at places where we could reject from if any retracement is just to go lower. And even the framework of dollar could be pushing out. I'm going to focus on this for now, but and I'm going to go to even completely. Now that we pushed again here. I swear, dude, whenever I'm on stream, it's like the most brutal price action of all time. And as soon as I get off, it just gives the algorithms turn right back on. Not only with setups, but like delivery. Again, on top of everything I've laid out here, I don't want to see us just stick to midnight open day before, I mean, potentially NFP. We can't close it back above that inversion. It's not ideal. ES is right at that low. Probably going to purge opening range low. And we'll have this SMT